and welcome to the Wireshark Lab 2. In this lab, we are going to explore the HTTP protocol and how we can analyze the HTTP protocol in the Wireshark. So let us proceed to our guide, and we can see in this guide that this lab is going to divided in the five parts. These five parts are about how we can analyze the HTTP protocol in various ways. So the first is the how we can analyze the basic HTTP get or response interaction. So let us try. So let's open our Wireshark first. We'll select the Wi-Fi. You can see that I'm connected to Wi-Fi. So here the traffic is showing on the Wi-Fi network. So I have selected Wi-Fi. So it is started capturing. So we stopped capturing first and we'll capture now. So what this is saying that we have to start our browser and we have to apply a filter HTTP and we have to click on this link provided by this Jim Wireshark Jim Kurose Lab admins or anything. So this link is provided by them. So we have to just click on this. This will serve a simple HTML file and we can see this response in our Wireshark. So let us proceed with that. So we have opened Wireshark in one side and this link in one side. So let us start capturing here. First we apply a filter that HTTP. So we want to capture HTTP only, and now we start capturing. We click on this link, and you can see that we have got two packet captured. So we stop capturing and now analyze these packets. So you can see that this packet is get and this is HTTP 200 OK and it is sending text or HTML file. So we can see that this is our get request. We will expand this and we can see the details here. The details are we are using get request and we are making this request to this route that is Wireshark Labs HTTP Wireshark or file1.html. We are using the request method to HTTP 1.1 HTTP version 1.1 and we have some information that request method is this, request URI is this and request version is this and host is that is something telling about server and connection is kind of keep alive connection and user agent is telling us about that using which platform we have made request we can make request so it is something about browser and you can see that we have made request from edge so edge is also there so this is accepting this browser so Mozilla or Windows NT and 10 and all Windows Win64 architecture Windows, Apple and Google, Yahoo, Chrome, Safari, Edge, all browser it except it is shown here. And it accepts the text or HTML or application XML, etc., which is kind of the document it accept. It is also mentioned here in the request. So you can see the full request URI is given here and here is also information given about the response that response is in frame 116. So you can see that the request is in frame 101 and response is in frame 116. So we will open the response frame. You can also expand this tab by double clicking on the packet. So we have expanded this so let us analyze response. So response is using HTTP version 1.1 and status code is 200. So now you remember this status code. In the next part, I will show you the another status code and why that status code came. I'll explain you. So status code is 200 means that is status code of success in HTTP. So that means that server had sent us HTML file and we have successfully received that file. So status code description is okay means 200 status code means okay, and we can see that date and time information and server information, that what is server and what kind of uh, the open SSL and everything is implemented on the server, and content length is also there, that 128 bytes is the content length, and connection is keep alive type of connection and having timeout 5 milliseconds and other details are there. So this is the basic details we can analyze from this, and this is the HTML file embedded in it. So this is response we can see here. So this is HTML file. Here written is congratulations, you have downloaded the files, and everything is here. We can also see in the browser that here the same text is written here. Okay, so how this is how we can analyze the simple HTML file. Now let us proceed to the second part, and second part is saying that the conditional get. Okay, so what is a conditional get? So you will see that conditional get is used to save the bandwidth of the server. Okay, so how it is working, that I'll explain you that we have fetched a page. Okay, we have fetched a page and we are trying to fetch that page. So do you think that that page is again requested from the server? No, this is not going to happen. The server is not again and again awake. The browser, what a browser does that? A browser stores some pages as a cache in the browser. So when we again make a request, the get request is made conditionally. If that is in cache, then get request not made to server, and that is not in cache, then it is meant to server. So now let us analyze that how it is going to work. Okay, so we have already hit that route before. Okay, so we'll now again make the request with the filter applied TCP. So we'll again make the request to this route. Okay, so we have got this HTML file. Now we stop capturing, and now you can analyze that this GET request, what information it is having. So request method is GET, and request URI is this, and request version is this, and there should be information given here. I'll show you that information. I think that should be in response. Okay, so in the response, you can see I think here you can see the status code. So the status code is 200. Okay, so this is fetched from the server because it was not in our browser's cache. Okay, so now we again make a request to this same route. Okay, so we'll start capturing again. Okay, and we made a request to the same route. Oh, we have not captured yet. We are capturing again. Now we will make request to this route. Why it is not showing HTTP? I'll refresh that page. Okay, so it was not showing HTTP because it was in browser cache, so it is not being captured by the Wireshark. When we refresh, it again fetched from the browser cache. So let us stop capturing and see now the response. You can see now you can see the HTTP 1.1 and status code is 304. So you can study by searching also. So we'll search that status code 304 means. So we will see that 304 means not modified. So if there is no change, the server will send the HTTP 304 response code. The HTTP status code 304 means not modified. So let us analyze the packet. So we have 304 code and the status code description is not modified. So what is browser doing that? It is caching, using the caching, uh, cached page again and again, and it is not using the bandwidth of server to transport the data. Okay, so let us proceed to the third part. And third part is retrieving long documents. So HTTP not carries very large information. So if we have a long document or long HTML file, it is going to be covered or encapsulated in TCP, and that then data is sent to us. So now we again capture the data. So we start capturing again, and now we will remove the filter. Now we have removed the filter. Now we are starting to capture. Now we hit the route and we stop capturing. So we can analyze from here that we have noticed in previous part that our server address was this, and our address was this. So we have first made a TCP request with the sequence number 0. 0 is here. So there are sequence number. We let us filter with TCP. Okay, so we have filtered all the requests with TCP. Now let's analyze. So we have made various TCP requests, which is made by source, and this source, our laptop, and this destination, and you can see from here this destination sent us TCP with sequence number 1, and acknowledgement is equals to 2. So there is a connection between server and our system made with SYN. You can see that these are synchronization messages. After synchronization, there is acknowledgement sent, and then the data is sent through the network. Okay, so for long file, HTTP is also going to use TCP for transportation of data. Now we can see the fourth part of uh, analyzing HTTP, that is HTML document with embedded objects. Okay, so for this we have to again clear the browser cache. So we can clear the browser cache from the settings, privacy, search and services, and then cache the image and file. We can simply clear the browser cache. So Now we'll made a request to this, and this page is having some images embedded in the HTML file. So we can capture that. Sorry, HTTP. We'll apply filter HTTP and then we'll capture again. So now we'll made a request to this page and now stop capturing. So here you can see that this is initial request we made, that is get request to this route file for .html, and this HTML page again made a request to this pearson.png to get this pearson.png file. So we can see that we made initial request, that is the response of that initial request. Okay, so we can see that this is the response, and the next response is in frame 65. Then it had made next request in frame 51. So that is the next request. So what happened here, that we have made request to initial page HTML file, and this HTML file uh, made request to get this pearson.png file, and we again got this 200 OK message and type is PNG. So we got this PNG file, this image, and you can also see this response in which we got PNG file. So here we have got just the image. So this is the binary data of image. Okay, so this is how we are going to see the embedded objects in the HTML file, and then there is a cover small.jpg. This file we again requested by the page, and we got the message that this file has moved permanently, or and we also get this file. So this is how it is going to work when we have embedded objects inside the HTML file. So now let us proceed to the authentication part. When we send data from any form, then the data should be data is sent to the server. So we will first see that how this data is sent through the HTTP. So we again apply filter HTTP and we'll start capturing. Okay. So we have made again request to this page and we'll add our username and password. Suppose I have username Ravi Paliwal, password is 123456, and I have signed in. Now we stop capturing, and you can see that here is uh, data sent. That is first, this is initial loading of HTML file. Then this is unauthorized text.html, means the data is sent, is shown here. We can see the data from here. So this is the page served to us. Here it is, somewhere is the response. So our data is sent, I think, in this packet. So we can somewhere find here data sent by us to the server, and the data should be, The data should be here. I'll show you the data. That data should be embedded inside the header of HTTP files. I'm finding the header of HTTP file, HTTP response. So this. So when we have made a request uh, to send data, then this HTTP has an authorization token. Okay, authorization header. So in the authorization header, you can see that there are credentials. Okay, so we can clearly see that the credentials are Ravi Paliwal and passwords are 123456. So this may be a security problem. So that is the reason why we use encryption while sending passwords or some useful data throughout the network. And I will show you a tool that will decode this data. So the authorization is having this something encoded information in this. So that is called base 64 encoded data. We can easily analyze this data from a tool. First copy the value of authorization, and now I'll go to the documentation we are following. Uh, Here it is, and you can see there is a website given base 64 encoder decoder. Okay, so we have opened this website, and I'll select the decode, and now I'll paste the in authorization header information, and I'll click on convert to source data. So you can see that the information is Ravi Paliwal and 123456. So that is how the base 64 encoding is working. So that is the main reason to apply encryption when we are sending sensitive information through the internet. Okay, so we have covered the HTTP, and in the next labs we will cover some more protocols, that how we can analyze the more protocols with Wiresharks. So if you find this video helpful, then please appreciate me. Thank you.